Although grade 10, here's a difficult program right here. Another difficult one. Company produces cool drink, 3 different machines, A, B, and C, and the rate that they produce cool drink per hour. Machine B, machine C is faster than machine A. You've got to enter the letter of the machine and the number of hours that is used in that day. Okay. More than one machine, and must be able to work with a capital or a lowercase letter as input. If the user enters an invalid letter, then an error message must be displayed. Okay. And the user must get the opportunity to re-enter a letter. Right, so that's tricky. So they're going to enter character A, B, or C. In the add button, we're going to go and check. First, we'll get the input. BRS letter, colon string. We'll say S letter equals EDT name.text. Now we can uppercase it. Uppercase. Now we know it's only going to be one character. Got to only be one character. So we've got to check if S letter character number 1. If it's not in the set, if not S letter in our set of A to C, the range from A to C, you can write it like that, then we're going to show a message only enter, oh my word, only enter letters A, B, or C, and then we will exit. Oops. We will exit this method. This exit means that this whole procedure, btn add click, will end. So that's something new, hey? It's a good way to solve a problem. Get the first character. This in operator can only be used with sets and can only be used with integers and char data types. So A to C. Okay, now we're going to do the following. We're going to continue with our code. We've done this, an invalid letter, we've done that, we've done that, we've done that. We're going to display the number of liters the machine will produce each time the details of the machine is entered. Okay, we'll just display it each time they enter a letter. So we're just going to put in our display panel over here, PNL out dot caption equals machine plus S letter and by the way, we pulled out character number 1 here. We know it's only going to be one character, but that is a char data type there, right there, but this is a string. And the message has to be, will produce, well, if there's 3 hours, if they were there for 3 hours, yeah, we've got to go and check out how many hours they're going to produce, so we have to use a case. Why? Because we're going to have machine A, it's 100 liters, so if they worked for 3 hours, then they produce 300 liters. And if it's B, worked 4 hours, then he produces 600, because B is 4 times 150. So we have to calculate the number of hours. So let's go and do that. And it's actually going to be an integer. Our hours worked, our liters, well, let's make it our total, because we never got our other input yet, didn't we? We did not get our other input, and our hours is going to be our input for the number of hours that they worked. We've got to get that. So R hours is going to be this one from the spin edit, SED hours. So R hours equals SED hours dot value. Note, there's a spin edit over there. R hours is the SED hours dot value. Then we're going to multiply. You're going to say case S letter character number 1. Got to use that character 1, the first character of A. Then we're going to multiply. We're going to say R total equals R hours times by. For A it is 100, B is 150, and C is 180. And then if it's B, the total will be number of hours times by 150. And if it's C, see how I used copy and paste there to make it go faster? Right, make the work go faster. And then machine number produced, oops, what is the wording? The wording for it, will produce 300 liters. Will produce, sorry. Will produce, I'll put a new line so you can see. I total plus, and then inverted commas, liters. We mustn't forget about spaces so that everything looks neat. There's a space before will produce and a space after will produce and a space before liters and even a full stop. Why not? Right. So now we're going to go on to the next part of the question, which is a little bit trickier. So, display the number of liters produced each time the machine is entered. We're multiplying the number of hours times by, we've done that now already, about the liters per hour. And we don't have to have a real number because everything's in integers here. Now, cool drink, the company will produce using all the machines for the times that were entered for that day. So we have to have a running total, a global variable, to calculate how many liters will produce each time for every machine that runs together. So let's go and put a running total in, and we're going to do it over here. Oh wait, we can do it in our unclick event. We have a global variable, okay, but for each one of these we will total up. See what I'm doing? I'm going to maybe I'll do more than one thing here inside if it's A. Yes, I will have to do that. And then for B I'll have to do more than one thing. We're going to have a running total of the total. If that makes any sense. So I'm going to do begin and end for each one of these. A, B, and C. And right at the top here, I'll make a global variable called R grand total liters. On integer, you can call it anything you want, at least as long as you understand it. And it will be 0 when you run the program. But what we're going to do here is say R total liters equals the previous R total liters, and we are adding that, we're adding the total to the total liters, R total. That's what we're going to do. So we calculate what the total is for machine B and add it to our grand total. Calculate what the total is for machine C, add it to the grand total. While this program is running, while it is running, that R total liters will be in memory and adding up every time you click this button here, add button. Okay. Now there's another button there called display stats. Okay, let's have a look at that. The cost for the total to produce, the cost to produce is 2 Rand a litre. And the profit they will make their sell is 4.50 Rand a litre. So we've got our grand total litres, okay? And we're going to multiply that by 2 and give a number and make that cost. Then we multiply it by 4.50 Rand and make that the profit. If new machines are brought, they can produce cool drink at, if you get new machines. Well, if they had been using new machines, and so we also have another total for that. So this is what's going to be displayed. Total number of litres is, that's our total litres. Cost is going to be the R total litres times by 2. That one, cost to produce. The profit will be R total litres times by 4.50 Rand. And if for new machines, we multiply the total litres by 1.80 Rand. So we do all of that in this button, click event, display stats. Question is, are we going to make these global variables or not? I'm going to make them local. R, cost. R, make it all real because we're talking money here now. R, profit. R, new. Colon, real. So I'm going to say R cost equals R total litres times by 2, I think it was, 2 Rand, and then our profit is 4.50 Rand. Our profit, okay, our profit equals, and that will be the total litres times by 4.5. Was it 4.5? It was. And then the for new machines, and this is the they can produce cost profit. Let's say the profit will be 1.80 Rand. Oh, the profit, but calculate the profit. Yeah. Reduce the cooling at 1.80 Rand per litre, which means we have to subtract it from. Yeah, it's a bit tricky, hey, but we'll see. So the profit is that. So you multiply the total litres by 2 to get, if the number of litres is 900. And 900 by 1 times by 1.80 Rand times by 1.8. Sorry, I'm doing my calculation. 1620. So if it's 1620 for 900 litres, you subtract 1620. Where do they get the 2,430? The profit is 4.50 Rand if it's 2 Rand. So there's going to be, then they say the cost will be 1.80 Rand. So that will be the cost. It wasn't written very clearly, was it? Should be 1.80 Rand. The cost, the new cost would be 1.80 Rand, and then the profit would be less. So would be greater. So 4.50 Rand minus 1.80 Rand, because that's the profit. Not quite, no. We know that'll be 1,620 if it was 900, eh? Okay, so 1,620 if it's 900 litres, it'll be at 1.80 Rand. The cost will be 1,620, whereas over here the cost is 1,800. So 1,800 minus 620 is, sorry, my brain. 180. So 180 less, more profit. So you just basically have to subtract. It will be 20 cents a litre. that they will save. So you can actually say, okay, 20 cents a litre, you multiply 20 cents by 900, and yeah. So what we have to do is, we know that there's two ways of doing it. I know it's going to be 20 cents less per litre to produce, therefore you can add that amount onto the profit. So I'm going to say my R new will be equal to total litres times 0.2 times 0.2, and then I'm going to add that to the profit. So R new will be equal to R profit plus R new, if that makes any sense. I can make another variable here. So I'll say, well, R new cost, and then R new. So I'll do that. It's quite a tricky one, actually, because you have to figure out that actually R1.80 is cheaper by 20 cents per litre than the original cost to produce, and then because it's cheaper you add that onto your profit to get the new profit. The new profit would be, because that's what they want, the new profit. We have to figure out what they actually want to display. Once you've got that sorted, then you can see by looking at the example of output, that will help. So let's go and put all those things in there in our display, which is here, red out dot lines dot add, and the cost, I'm just going to keep it short here, plus float to string f, our cost, comma ff currency. You might remember this there. Okay, so there's the cost going in. Cost to produce, which is what they wanted us to. Total number of litres must also go in the rich edit. So we can go and put in our R total litres. Remember, R total litres was calculated for each button click. We added up. So R total litres. Okay, we have to say R. That's I total litres, not R total litres. We have to put that in the rich edit. Already out. Dot lines dot add total litres plus int to string I total litres. So we got that in, and then the next one would be the profit, and then the new profit. So I'm just going to copy and paste this, save some time. Profit, and I'm going to use R profit there, and then new profit, I'm just calling it new profit. We'll check it, see if it works, and I'll say R, how did I calculate there? R new. There was R new cost, I just put the 20 cents in there and then added it to the profit. There's different ways you can do it. So I'm going to call it R new. Here it is, and that's what I'm doing. I'm going to run the program. We'll put in, okay, let's check the errors. If not, okay. Got to put this in brackets. Okay, I total, what's the matter with me? I total litres. So stupid. Where did why didn't it give me an error message before? Never mind. I total litres. I don't have an R total litres anywhere here. I've only got I total litres. That's my global variable there. Right, let's go and run this and put in some numbers. I'm going to use the ones that they had before. Let's say A is 3, and let's make B 4. Okay, because 3 will be 300, and B, yeah, so that will give us the 900 that we need. So we put in an A, and 3 hours add, and then B, 4 hours add, and then we click here, and there it is. Total it is 900, 184050 4230. Yes, that was correct. There's the output, 2250 2430. 4050 2250 2430. Oh, our profit's not very good. I mean, it shouldn't be like that. That's too big. The cost is right, so the profit was not calculated properly. As it says, the profit, if they will make, the profit the company that will make if they sell the corn is 450 per litre. Sorry about that, but it's not explained properly enough. They should have said, well, you know, you must subtract the cost from the profit, you know, so leave it at that, guys. Question wasn't asked very well, but just be aware of that. You won't get bad questions in an exam, but it's just a case of knowing how to use the global variable there, and totaling it up inside our case structure over there, and so on. Okay, better luck next time, hey?